Hey guys, it's Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and today we're going to do some fall makeup. So sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Okay everybody, I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up doing the lady in pink. Here's her picture. I'm going to drop this in right now so you can take a look. Okay, so here I go. The first thing that I'm going to do, I've already primed my face and done all that stuff, and I'm going to grab my makeup mirror right here and I'm going to sit it right here underneath the camera so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn on my little light here and get with it. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use my concealer. And I'm going to conceal under my eyes, around my eyes, and I've got her picture pulled up here on my phone so that I can, so that I can keep looking at it so that I can get this look right. Here's the picture again so you guys can take a look at it again. Okay, so here we go with the concealer. I am actually using E.L.F. concealer. It is a light on one end and the white on the other. And I'm going to go right underneath my eyes with this concealer. And I'm going to actually go on top of my eyelid with the concealer because I no longer wear primer on my eyes because they were actually just absolutely drying my eyes out. So I went back to old school concealer. So I really like this E.L.F. concealer for the price. It's really, really good. My favorite concealer of all is Maki Mott by Lancome, but this is a decent substitute for that. So I'm going to use that all around my eye. And I've got a little spot here on my nose that I'm going to cover up where my glasses have rubbed. So I'm going to do that real quick. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a little bit of white and I'm going to go right here in the corner of my eyes, in the outer corner, and do just a dot right there where my wrinkle is. You don't want to go underneath your eyes really harsh with white concealer. You want to kind of stay just right in that wrinkle line and just kind of pat that in, because you still want it to be a little bit of a luminescent look. So just kind of pat that in and down. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the CoverGirl with Olay, and I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Dewy whatever. So what I normally do is I take just a little bit and I put this on the back of my hand and I use about a pump of the foundation. And if you'll do this, this really makes your foundation stretch. And I just kind of mix it up there on the back of my hand. And it functions as a primer, but that dewy photo finish really helps to keep the look looking dewy, which I really like the older I've gotten. Dewy equals youth. And while I am not a big proponent of some of the things that people do, I don't like an extremely shiny look on my face. I do like to have a dewy finish because I think it looks, the more matte you go on your face, the more your foundation settles into your fine lines and wrinkles and the more prominent they look. So for years I had to wear a matte because my skin was extremely oily when I was growing up, and on up until just a few years ago when I went through menopause, my skin was oily even then. So I'm going all the way up to my hairline. I'm using this little foundation brush, and it's kind of like, it's got like a little angled edge. This is actually an E.L.F. brush. I love this brush. This is what I use to apply my foundation because I can get it right around my nose real easy and it just helps the foundation spread a little bit easier. I really like this brush. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just apply a little bit of CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Powder. I'm not going to use a lot. I'm just going to use just a little bit. I'm going to put it here in the lid. And I really like a loose powder if I'm going to wear powder. I don't like to use powder right out of the compact because I think that it's a little heavy for mature skin, for my skin. But I'm just going to kind of dab this on because I'm going to be using a powder blush. And as you can see by the lady in the picture, her cheeks are very pink. And so we're going to go with a pink cheek color today to try to duplicate that look. Now, after I've done that, I'm going to go right back in with my Kabuki brush, and I'm going to use this E.L.F. What is this stuff? E.L.F. Perfect Finish HD powder. I use this stuff all the time, and I couldn't even tell you the name of it other than it's made by E.L.F. So I'm just getting a little bit of this on my brush, and I'm going really on the center of my face with this to give me just a little highlight for the camera. I'm not doing anything really heavy, just tapping it on just little by little. Now I'm going to go in with my stippling brush, and I'm going to use, where is my blush? Oh, here it is. I am actually going to use, this is an old blush. I've had this for years. This was a thing that we had from Lancome Cosmetics when I worked for Lancome, and if y'all know me, you know how old this is. It's really old. I probably need to throw it away, but every now and then I drag it out, and I'll drop a link to something that's current down here that you can use. This is a clear red, but when I apply it on my cheeks, it looks really, really pink. So I'm going to just apply a little bit right here to give myself a natural blush, because that's one of the looks that's really big, is just a natural blush. It seems like that this year everything is going from extreme, one end of the spectrum, to the other end of the spectrum. It's either natural or it's over the top. This look is a little over the top around the eyes, but around the eyes and the lips, but the cheeks look very, very natural. And I'm using just a little technique that I learned from Wayne Goss to give myself a blush. And I'm going to go back in with my Kabuki brush, and I'm just going to blend that down as much as I can. So you want to get any pink would do. Any pink or red would do to recreate this look. And if I wanted to do a little contouring, I would just go in here and here, hit myself right here with it, and hit myself up at the top of my brow line with it. Now, the fun part to me is the eyeshadow. What I'm going to be using is, I'm going to be using this little palette by LA Colors. This is something that I picked up, I think I got this at Walgreens one day on sale. And it's, let me see if I can get this apart. I don't use this very often because the colors are very intense. But today, I'm going to use it. Here it is. So I'm going to be using this color here and this color here. Let me find my eyeshadow brush. Here it is. And we're going to just take off with this and see how it goes. Now first I'm going to use this white right here. And then I have a shimmer powder that I'm going to put over the top of all this. But right now we're just going to do this right away and see how this goes. I'm using this up at the top of my orbital bone here. And I realized the other day when I was going back and watching one of my videos, I was like, you know, you have called that bone your occipital bone, and your occipital bone is at the back of your head. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, I'm putting a little white up here at the top close to my brow. Then I'm going to go back in with another blending brush, and I'm going to use a little bit of this pink. It's a lighter pink. I'm just going to go in at the corner. Now this powder does have a shimmer to it. Not much, but just a little bit of a light shimmer. And I'm going to go over to about the middle of my lid with it. And with this pink color right here. And I'm going from the middle to the outer corner. And I'm just going to build my color. And if I have to mix a color here, I will to get it to the color. But I'm hoping I won't have to. I'm hoping I can get this intense enough with just this pink that you don't have to have the exact color. If you've got a palette that's got this many colors in it, my goodness, you can certainly mix your own. Now that I have this on, I'm going to grab my little brow pencil, and this is L'Oreal Brow Defining Pencil, and I'm going to do my brows. Now, I'm not going to do a real heavy brow. I'm going to go fairly light with the brows. I have discovered that I don't really look good with that big heavy brow look that everybody's wearing this fall. It's just not me. So I'm going to just go in rather lightly with it, just enough to give my brows some definition. And something else, I've mentioned this on my other videos, but something that you can do with your brows is, rather than buying a lot of expensive things for your brows, if you have a brow pencil that has a little spoolie on the end of it like this one does, you can actually go in, and cosmetic companies probably won't like me telling you this, but you can actually spray the end of this little spoolie with hairspray. And if you've got unruly brows, it really, really holds them in place. Here it is. I'm actually going to use the Wet n Wild H2O waterproof liquid eyeliner. I haven't used this in a while. I actually like this. I don't know why I haven't used it, but the lady in the picture doesn't have on a lot of eyeliner, so I'm going to try to go lightly on and just line my eyes with this, because my eyes need a little definition after all this eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go in and try to keep my liner as close to the lash line as I possibly can. I'm going to do the other eye off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, I am really glad I did that other eye off camera, because I kind of had a little epic fail there with that eyeliner. So I had to go back in and fix it. So my next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some shimmer. And this is a shimmer powder that Lancome used to make, and I don't know if they make it anymore, but I'll drop a link to another shimmer powder down there so that you can find it. They may even have one, but I know that some of the other companies make them because I found them before when I've looked for them. So I'm going to drop a link for everything I do, and I'm just going to use this. This is like in a little pot, and I'm just going to get it. I'm going to get it out of the lid. Now, she has on, in this picture, a ton of that shimmer powder on her lashes, and she's probably gotten some kind of all-in-one technique, but I don't have that, so I'm going to use this. So I'm just going to dab this over the top of my eye, and you can get powder that's much more shimmery than this if you like. I'm not a big fan of shimmer on my eyes, but I'm doing it today because why not? And I wanted to just show you that, you know, shimmer is not necessarily the best look for an older woman. But you know what? If you like it and you feel comfortable with it, go for it, sister. That's my thought. So we're adding a lot of shimmer here. So here we go. Here I am. She doesn't have an extremely heavy line over her eye, but she does have a lot of shimmer. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to line my lips, if I can find my lip liner in the midst of all this mess. Here it is. I am actually using this pink liner, and I'm just going to line I'm actually today lining the white line right outside the pink on my lips. I'm going to go for a little bit bigger lip look today. So let's try this. I actually ended up putting the liner over my entire lip simply because I want to give it a really good base. Now for my color, let me take a look real quick and see what I've got that's similar in color to this pink that this lady's got. Just a second, I'll be right back. Okay, this is just a little darker than what the lady has on, but I'm going to go ahead and go with it, and then I'll lighten it up with the shimmer. So here we go. I have to be careful with red, really red lipstick, because I don't want to get in a situation where I'm looking like Dracula. So go back in and kind of clean myself up just a bit. Then I'm going to take my shimmer powder and I'm just going to touch it on my lips. To give it that little shine. This will give you a shimmery, matte look, but it mattifies because it's a powder. And you can certainly do this on your lips. Try eyeshadow on your lips sometimes. It really helps to set the lipstick. Now, I'm going to finish this up with my very favorite product in the world, this CoverGirl Outlast Lip Moisturizer. One more thing that I just about forgot to do. I didn't put on any mascara, and I looked at myself and I'm like, something's missing here. So let me grab my mascara. I'll be right back. You know, it's one of those times when you think you're finished and you're like, wait a minute, I don't look right. So this is just simply L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes. Here would be the time that you would want to go ahead and put on your false eyelashes, but I don't wear them. So I don't like to do them on the channel. I have actually tried those magnetic lashes and I just can't get the hang of it. Now, I can put false eyelashes on other people just fine, but trying to do it myself, it's just, it doesn't work. So I'm just going to add this here to my lashes. And we're just going to call that a day. And you want to kind of wiggle from base to tip when you're applying your mascara. And that distributes it really evenly throughout the lashes. I'm going to do the same thing. I don't normally wear anything on my lower lashes, but I'm going to today. Simply because I think the lady has on some in that picture, so I'm going to do this and we'll let it last for a minute or two. Because the minute my allergies act up, that's going to be gone. Okay. One more thing that I just thought of that I think I'm going to do. I don't know that the lady had this on, but I'm going to use this L'Oreal Infallible Galaxy Stick. And I'm going to go right up here on my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, right here on my eyes, and here on my chin. Now, put my glasses on so I can see myself. I have no idea what I've just done to myself. Let me look. Okay. Lipstick's a little intense, but other than that, I really like this look. So what I'm going to do is, I really wanted to recreate this look because I wanted to put that blonde wig on that I did a review on last week. And so that's one reason why I wanted to do this look, is because I like the lady's hair. So I'm going to put on the blonde wig from AISI and just show you the completed look, and I'm going to try to recreate it as closely as I can. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here is the look. It's a little different than what the lady in the picture has, but I honestly didn't have any real big flowers to stick in my head wrap, so I didn't want to go out to, like, oh, say the Dollar Tree and buy some. So I just kind of did a little funky knot here to kind of give it a little kick. But this is the wig from AISI that I did a wig review on last week, and here is the look all the way around. And here is the face. Now, let me put my glasses on so I can actually see how I look, whether if I look ridiculous or if I can leave the house looking like this. Okay. I'm not certain that this is something that I would wear a lot, but I do think that it's fun and it's functional, and I really like the look with this wig. I think that this look and this wig kind of marry one another, or they need to. When you guys get an opportunity, visit my website, Ninja Life Coaching. And when you get an opportunity, hop on over to Amazon, check out my book, Lord Am I Going Crazy? It's a 30-day devotional guide for women over 40. I want to remind everyone, too, that I am a life coach, and if you need any life coaching or anything like that, just be sure to send me an email, and we'll get together and we'll figure out how to do that. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Maranatha.